Can you imagine?
Dana Abercrombie, The Coalition. Thank you both for speaking to me. This is such a
Yeah.
good show. So, what I wanted to know for Camilla, as the character really is Camilla, there, what's really interesting is that you lead by trust, even when things may not seem that may be in your best interest. But I wanted to know, how does she lead with trust without kind of sacrificing what she wants?
That is a very good question that I think I asked myself a lot when filming. It was kind of that treading on that fine line between, you know, being the victim, right? And letting someone kind of like push your boundaries and hurt you and like break your trust. And it was also the kind of juxtaposition of that was also being like a very empowered woman who stays in a relationship if she wants to stay in it, but she's also, you know, will walk away when it's not right for her anymore. And I do think that despite the hiccups in her marriage and in her, you know, very long love story with Billy, I think that Camilla always had an end game. I think she always knew what she was always very in touch with her gut and her instinct. I think that these things happen, these bumps in the road that maybe some of us would have judged, you know, or made different choices than Camilla made. But ultimately, Camilla never made a choice that she didn't want to make, and she always made it with a very, made it very centered and level-headed, and it was very thought out, and nothing was accidental in her life. And I think that comes from a deep sense of her knowing herself and what she wants out of life and what she can take.
I like that. So for you, Suki, kind of as Karen, how do you define both the character itself within the group as a musician and also your sound, finding your sound within a group of guys?
I actually think Karen. I think Karen actually quite. I think she's someone that is so able to hold herself in and has like such a kind of inner confidence. She's also like very different to everybody. She comes in as she's English in the show. You know, she's very different in a lot of ways, and I think that that kind of, you know, she's kind of like seen as one of the guys, and I think she has to internalize a lot of her own vulnerability throughout the show, and I think there's a whirlwind of emotions going through Karen at all times, but she's somebody that, yeah, she doesn't want to delve into chaos as much as maybe everybody else, but it still finds her, and drama still finds her. But she is, yeah, she's somebody that I think enjoys being. You know, I feel like she felt very comfortable being one of the boys, and she doesn't want to complicate her life, her personal life, and her work life. But unfortunately, unfortunately, it does. Like life happens, and it does cross.
Would you say for Karen and both Camilla that it was worth it at the end, the journey?
Absolutely. I think in episode 10, there's a real reflection of her life, and I think that Camilla wouldn't have done anything differently. I think that looking back at her life, she's very proud of her choices.
Yeah.
And although they were painful, um, there's a real kind of confidence that she made the right choice for herself in that moment, whatever it was.
Yeah, I mean, definitely for Karen, I think she has to make a huge sacrifice, and also she kind of has to break her own heart for the sake of somebody else's, and for the sake of knowing exactly what she wanted in her life and where she wanted to end up, and being true to herself by the end.
Yeah, both women look back at their lives with a lot of, I think, pride. And like, although they both had very, very hard decisions to make, different decisions but hard. Like, I do feel in those interview segments, you're not looking at women who are regretful or ashamed of their choices. I think there's a lot of ownership.
Wonderful. Thank you both for speaking to me. Excellent
Thank
show.
you.
Excellent performance.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.